Now that Hillary Clinton's been defeated, is that really what you want to spend time on when you have a governing majority investigating Hillary Clinton?
Look, I'm the majority.
Now, that's kind of... That's not a loaded question. Go ahead.
That's the agenda. The agenda is going to be about job creation. It's going to be about reforming and repealing Obamacare. It's going to be about infrastructure. That's the focus that this election was about.
Wow. Infrastructure? They want to spend $1 trillion on it. See, they can't help it. Trump says he wants to spend $1 trillion. So now they're all going to fall in line. That they can do. Not the border. Not term limits. Oh, he wants to spend? Let's spend. Yes, $1 trillion on infrastructure. Now, those of us who live in Northern Virginia, and I even live like 38 miles from Washington, D.C., there's no end to the building. They're building a subway out here where I don't even want one. Oh, they're widening roads. They're building overpasses. They're building roads. Yes, we need infrastructure. Just incredible. Go ahead.
President-elect Donald Trump has a vigorous agenda.
Wait, I got that. Congressman, what about investigating Hillary Clinton? Is that part of your agenda as the majority leader?
I leave that portion to law enforcement. It's just the way to do it. Keep politics out of it. Let's create jobs in this country. That's our agenda.
Now this, I won't even call him a half-wit. He's a no-wit. Don't they even want to know anything? They don't even have to bring a lot of publicity to it. Don't they want to know anything? They rev it all up before the election and then drop it like a hot potato after the election. I'm not saying you need to make it, the Salem witch trials here. I'm just saying, don't you even want to know for your oversight purposes? No. Look. You need a virtual fence. Term limits? No, you just vote. Forget about that. And, Ryan earlier on deportation. No, we're not going to have a deportation. I'm going to ask Paul Ryan a question. 11 million people here illegally. Now, that number is preposterous. It's far more than that. But we'll play along. It's 11 million people here illegally. I have a question for Paul Ryan. Since almost 45% of the people here illegally violated their visas, in other words, we didn't even need a wall or a virtual fence. They came in through the front door. They signed under penalty of perjury why they were here and that they were here for a limited period of time. May I ask why we're not deporting those people? In other words, they're here to raise families. Well, good. So is a tax cheat. So is a burglar. So are a lot of people who violate laws. They want to raise their families. So what? Is that the test? Hey, look, I knocked off the bank, but I want to raise my family. Oh, okay, sorry. So my question for Paul Ryan is this. Under what theory of ethics do you take the position that people who come here knowingly sign a legal obligation and recognize the penalty of perjury and deportation, under what theory of ethics is it unethical to deport them? Let me tell you about this Paul Ryan. Comes across like a Boy Scout, smiling, happy-go-lucky, sounds very reasonable. The Bush people slobber all over him. In part due to Paul Ryan, we lost Tim Huelskamp in Kansas, one of the great conservatives. Paul Ryan denied him any support whatsoever. Up in New Jersey, a man by the name of Scott Garrett, who was on this program twice, who I've gotten to know personally, who is an outstanding human being, was being destroyed by the Democrat that got elected there, just viciously attacked. Paul Ryan wouldn't contribute a single penny to help this man defend himself. And they go on TV with their smile. Hey, oh yeah. They care more about illegal aliens. They care more about criminals, letting criminals out of prison. They care more about all this stuff. My contempt for these people has not changed, election or no election. And you watch this fool McConnell. If he does not suspend that filibuster rule when it comes to the Supreme Court, we will not get an originalist on the Supreme Court. It was Schumer who devised the massive filibuster and threading of filibusters policy that stopped George W. Bush from filling a number of vacancies with outstanding circuit court judges. And Schumer hatched that policy, and he will do it again. If they do not use the budget reconciliation process, which requires a mere majority, they will not be able to repeal Obamacare. That's how you repeal 85% of Obamacare, and I'll take 85%. That's how you do it. If you're serious, that's how you do it. We'll keep an eye on Mitch McConnell, and then believe me, that's a very painful thing to do. And Paul Ryan, who was hoping that he'd lose some of his members, and all the rest of them. And on the affirmative side, on the positive side, if this president proposes positive, conservative, principled agenda items, I am going to be backing it in a full-throated way. And we'll see some of these appointments. So far, what I'm hearing, I kind of like. I mean, we'll see what happens, but